Hello everybody, welcome to the video. This is the next episode of Wrestling Stories. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you want to hear more, subscribe, leave the comment a like, follow me on Twitter, links in the description. Why am I saying that before the video instead of the end of the video? Because let's face it, no one ever sticks around to the end of the video, so I might as well get my product plugs and all that bullshit in at the beginning. So, here we go. Now, if y'all watch WWE, there's this little midget wrestler. His name is Hornswoggle. He plays a leprechaun, whatever. He's comic relief, whatever. He's actually from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I forget his fucking name right off the top of my head. Dylan. Dylan, that's his name. Dylan! What's up, Dylan? Go fuck yourself. Why do we sell a little midget to go fuck himself? Here's the thing. I'm not hating on the guy, because when he went to WWE and he got his break, there was a lot of indie guys and a lot of people that he formerly worked with in the indies that, obviously hated him and resented him. And they were like, well, the only reason he's in WWE is because, he's obviously a midget, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, so fucking what, man? Who cares? The guy got his break. He got his call. He went to the big time. There you go, man. It's not like he's a fucking superstar there, man. He'll never be in the Hall of Fame. As I say that, I'm thinking, you know what? He probably will be. They let anyone into the Hall of Fame. Anyways, the reason I don't like him, and this story kind of relates into that, and it is funny, trust me, because this will actually kind of depict what kind of a horrible person I am. The first time I ever met Dylan has some weird circumstances. So I gotta rewind a little bit. I was wrestling, and there was a couple of my friends who became my friends at the time. Eric and Evangeline. And they were both referees, and they were both dating each other, and they were both referees. Eric, I don't know if he ever wrestled. If he did, I never heard about it. He always said he did, but he just didn't seem like he ever did. He didn't have a fucking clue. He was just a mark, and his way to be part of the business was he was a referee. And that's fine, whatever. But he called himself Eric Kyoto, which is really fucking stupid, because that'd be like calling myself Benjamin Hogan. It's like you don't name yourself directly after a wrestler and want people to take you seriously. God, I hope no one ever right now says to themselves, geez, calling myself a Kimbrel Sliced was not that good of an idea. So anyways, Van was a friend of mine. Eric kind of tagged along. Van was a woman wrestler. But since there wasn't a lot of women wrestlers and a lot of people didn't take her seriously, she could only be a referee. It really sucks. She had great talent, great potential, whatever. But a lot of times, they lived next to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And I would go to Eau Claire and I'd pick them up and we'd go to Minneapolis for shows. I'd always pick them up on the way. We'd road trip. Because, we were trying to save money because, gas was $1.50 a gallon. Oh my God! Right? One day, Eric calls me up and he says, hey man, you want to go to a wrestling show? And I was like, well, what do you mean, to work or just to watch? He goes, to watch, I'll bring you to a wrestling show for paying you back, for giving me all those rides to Minneapolis and shit. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool, man, let's do this, right? So we go to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and he didn't tell me the name of the promotion, but we're going into Oshkosh, and I'm assuming that that's kind of the territory of the NWA Wisconsin, where Kamikaze Ken, or Ken Kennedy, or what the fuck is his name, Ken Anderson, that motherfucker was from. And yes, I did date his sister, and that's a story for a different time. Yeah, so I'm thinking, oh, we're going to an NWA Wisconsin show. All right, I didn't know that. I think there was another promotion around that area too that was in the Fox Valley area. But anyways, we're in, all of a sudden, like, before I know it, we're in the fucking suburbs of, like, Appleton or Oshkosh or whatever the fuck. And he stops at this one guy's house, and I'm thinking, oh, we're here to pick up some more people to go to the show, or he's making a stop, He goes, yeah, man, here we are. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a show, man. He's like, come on, man, this is awesome. We've been a federation for like 2 years. We've been running shows. It's a fucking backyard wrestling show. No fucking lie. A bunch of fucking kid losers who couldn't cut it in real wrestling fucking built their own little ring and have backyard wrestling shows. I was just so pissed the fuck off at him. Like, seriously, if I didn't need him to fucking get home, I would have actually strangled him. I fucking chewed his ass out right there with the fucking quickness. I fucking ripped into him. And I told him, I was like, you know, if I knew how to fucking get out of this place, I'd fucking knock you out, take your fucking car, and me and Van would fucking leave. Because she didn't know either, and she was fucking pissed for being there. Because it was just, fucking insulting. So anyways, I'm there. I'm in the backyard, and I'm watching this show way in the back with Van, and we're both just sitting there, you know, snickering and critiquing the show, and everyone's looking at us like, what the fuck, man? What the hell do you know? And I was like, do you know who I am? They told them my name, and yeah, I kind of decided as part of my wrestling stories, I'm not going to tell you what my wrestling ring names were, it's because I want to be left alone. So anyways, and everyone's coming up to us like, oh, wow, man, do you think you could show me some moves or train me? And I was like, no, I don't fucking have respect or time or patience for yarders. And these kids didn't know what they were fucking doing, and I was like, god damn, I hope every single one of them breaks their fucking neck. So anyways, there's a little person there, and his name is Dylan. And I kind of recognized him, and he was just starting off in the indie leagues as a midget wrestler. And I don't know if he was wrestling other midget wrestlers because there's not a lot of them, obviously. But he was calling himself Short Stack, and I think he was wrestling in BCW, and I don't know where else he was wrestling. He may have been doing some NWA Wisconsin work. I don't know at the time. But anyways, he had blonde hair. It was kind of shoulder length, you know. He had a little bob in it. And I remember seeing him, right? And by the time this little fucking debacle of a show got over, I wasn't as angry. You know, I was cooled down. And I was looking for Eric, and we were looking for Eric, and we're trying, like, where the fuck's Eric? We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta just fucking get out of here. You know? He's in the garage. Dylan is. And I was like, hey, man, have you seen Eric? And he looks at me like, literally, like, and I was like, yo, have you seen Eric? Eric Lee? Eric Kyoto? Whatever the fuck. Have you seen him? And he goes, yeah, whatever, kid. And he walks away from me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did I do something to insult this guy? And I was like, well, he's probably pissed off because obviously I, you know, said my piece about, you know, fucking backyard wrestling and shit. Later, I was talking to some other kid. I was like, hey, man, you seen Eric? And I was like, yo, what's with the midget? Why doesn't he fucking, you know, like me? And who the fuck is he to disrespect me? He goes, oh, well, you know, he's pretty big in wrestling these days. And it's like, excuse me? No, I'm bigger than him in fucking wrestling, motherfucker. I've wrestled for fucking WWE. Who the fuck is he? WWF at the time. I can't remember. And he was like, oh, whatever. So I was like, he was actually disrespecting me, thinking that he was like Hulk Hogan compared to me. And the fact is, it's like, motherfucker, you're a backyard wrestler. You're talking to me because you're part of this backyard wrestling clique. Go fuck yourself, man. But obviously, when someone's like that, you can't beat the shit out of them or go old school on them because, you know, oh, you're the bad guy, you know, because no one can look past the fact that he's got a fucking handicap. And this handicap is he's got a very short, very tiny, small-ass brain. Whatever, find Eric, we leave. Fast fucking forward. Eric actually is running a show. Not a promotion. He put on a show at Oshkosh Buffalo Days or some shit like that. One of those festivals, right? And this show was insane. Like, how many people showed up for it? One, because there was a lot of people there. But two, is a lot of us wrestlers were walking the grounds and trying to hype people up to come to the show. And I was a heel at the time. And I was scheduled to wrestle twice that night. My regular match, which was a hair match, which I was going to lose and get my head shaved, right? And it was going to go over really great because I was going to be the super heel and people were going to hate me, and then I was going to lose, get my head shaved, whatever. And that was going to turn out really great. And then there was going to be a battle royal, and I was going to win the battle royal because I was the bad guy. I was going to have heat, so whatnot. So it would have been, you know, it would have been good for the next show to set up and sell tickets, because that's the whole fucking idea of wrestling, is to sell fucking tickets. So anyways, I have my match. I have my hair match, right? And this little festival is on the shore of Lake Winnebago. I don't think it was Lake Winnebago. It couldn't have been Lake Winnebago. Either way, it was some lake in fucking Oshkosh, right? And the guy when they were shaving my head, I didn't let him finish shaving my head because I had really long hair at the time. And I let him shave it like partially so I'd look ridiculous. And I said, go throw me in the lake. And the guy was like, what? And I said, throw me in the lake. So he fucking beats me up, grabs me by the head, and throws me in the lake. The fucking crowd goes nuts. It was the loudest pop of the night by fucking far because they hated me so much. And the fact that I got my head shaved, I was humiliated, and then I got thrown into a lake, they just fucking went crazy. And I fucking swim my way out and act like I'm drowning in like fucking, it was actually pretty deep water. It was actually like 6 feet deep. So anyways, but either way, I make my way out and I'm like, fuck you, you son of a bitch. And I work my way back through the crowd, and I'm grabbing up more heat because I'm going to wrestle later tonight in the Battle Royal and I'm going to cheat to win it. I'm going to get my comeuppance at the next show so these people will come and pay money to watch me get my ass kicked. It sounds really great, right? That's Wrestling Psychology 101, right? So anyway, I go back in the locker room and I change into my second set of gear, and I dry off. And Eric's there running the show. He's playing Mr. Booker, Yeah, then two things came up. One, none of us were getting paid, even though he told us we were. And then also, one of my friends, he's like, hey, Eric, can I get paid now? Because his match is already over. And Eric's like, no one's getting paid for this show. And it's like, you said we were going to get paid. And he was like, no, I didn't. And just about everyone there was pissed off. And it's like, yeah, you specifically said we were going to get paid. You honestly think we'd fucking come work for you if we weren't going to get fucking paid? But whatever, you have to be a professional. You have to do the job because at least the next show, we made damn sure we were going to be getting paid because we're going to have Eric run it. And either way, it'd be a good payday because we'd get people to, draw. There was like 2,000 people watching us. So even if we got, a fourth of that, 500 people to come to the next show, and they had to pay to get into that show, $5 a person, that's $2,500 you can make, and that splits around the boys pretty good. Either way, Eric starts talking about the next part of the card, and it's the Battle Royal. And the short stack, Dylan, the Hornswoggle, he wasn't Hornswoggle yet, says, Eric, I should win the Battle Royal. And of course, Eric was buddy with his little backyard fucking bullshit wrestler buddy. He's like, yeah, okay, you win the Battle Royal. And I pulled Eric aside, and I very, very politely explained to him, it's like, Eric, I pretty much have to win the Battle Royal. It doesn't make sense if he wins it. Yes, the crowd will like to see him win it because they'll root for him because he'll be the underdog in the match because he's obviously only 3 feet tall. But it's like he has to lose and I have to win it because we're trying to sell tickets for the next show. It's not just about this show, considering you've already blown the fucking payoff for this show completely. And he's like, no, he'll win it. And I was like, this motherfucker isn't going to even be at the next show. He doesn't work for our group of guys. So there's no fucking point of having him come in, win, and leave. Yeah, Eric's like, no, he'll win. So fast forward, we're going to the Battle Royal, right? And it comes down to the last 4 guys. And obviously, Little Short Stack is one of them. I'm one of them. I think a guy named Peter Be Beautiful was one. And I forget who the 4th guy was. Dylan walks right up to me. I'm in the corner, right? Some guy put me in the corner. He gave me a couple shots. He comes walking right up to me, man, and he fucking punches me right in the fucking balls. Just like stiff punches me right in the fucking balls. And for a 3-foot guy, that's still, I fucking blacked out almost. And I was like, oh, whatever. And I was like, there was no fake selling there, man. That fucking hurt. So whatever, I come to my fucking faculties. He comes walking over again, and I'm assuming he's doing it again. And he's just being a fucking dick. I fucking kicked him in the fucking head so fucking bad. Dude, everyone in the fucking crowd hated me legit because I literally almost decapitated a midget. I fucking just booted his fucking head. I was like, you're fucking out of here. And he's like, don't throw me out. Don't throw me out. And I was like, whatever, motherfucker. I grabbed him by the back of his fucking neck. I grabbed him by his ankle. I literally fucking threw him in the air. Not over the top rope. In the air over the rope, okay? A ring is 4 feet off the ground. The ropes are another 4 feet. So from the top rope to the ground is 8 feet. That's about as tall as your ceiling in your house, okay? Well, I threw him about 6 feet above the top rope. Do the math. He fell fucking 14 feet on solid fucking ground. It was like gravel or some shit. I don't know, man. He didn't move for a couple minutes, and I don't give a fuck. Right? Well, either way, I fucking won the Battle Royal. And got the heat, and obviously got a lot more heat than I fucking ever expected. And that was really great because the next show that we did do, fucking like 700, probably 750, almost 800 people showed up, and it was a nice payday, all thanks to me. And after the show, Eric's like, dude, you shouldn't have done that to Dylan, man. You shouldn't have thrown him over the top rope. And I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do whatever the fuck I want, kid. You're never running a fucking show again, and you'll never be a part of this fucking business again. And as far as I'm concerned, he was never a part of the business again. In fact, if he ever got re-involved as part of the business, it was long after I fucking left, because I made damn sure he never got to be part of the business. Anytime he showed up at a show, I'd fucking, literally, I just walk right up to him, either tell him to get the fuck out. The first time he didn't do it, I fucking punched him right in his fucking eye. Any other show he ever came to, and he saw that I was there, he literally just turned around and left. So, yeah, that's my story of dealing with Hornswoggle and the stupid, dumb little kid that thought he was better than me. Now, is he better than me because he's in WWE making more money? Yes and no. One, yes, he's in WWE. I'm not. Two, I actually make more money per year than he does. So, that doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm happy that he got his break as far as wrestler to wrestler. But the amount of professionalism that he did not show me was bullshit. Which is why in WWE, he's, you know, he's barely ever fucking used. And he's still a joke in WWE. You know, he'll never have a legacy. He's just there for comic relief and to be humiliated. And if he wants to put himself through that for fucking 60 grand a year, let him, you know, I guess. Because I don't know what else he'll fucking be doing in his life. But yeah, and the Eric Chioda guy never showed his face in wrestling again. I ended up making more money. Hornswoggle is now a fucking joke. And I can't remember the last... I don't even know if he's still in WWE. I assume he is. Because I watched Superstars on YouTube the other day and they mentioned him. So, yeah. But that's my story about Hornswoggle and how you properly run a wrestling business. And then for anyone who wants to get into wrestling, don't ever change a finish from the booker. Don't ever do that. You'll be blacklisted in wrestling so bad. The only reason I did it that time and I got away with it, and it's the only time I've ever done it, is because the person booking wasn't a legitimate booker and no one took him as a legitimate booker anyway. So, and that didn't affect my reputation, and I took that into consideration. But that's episode for Wrestling Stories. I know it's not really funny unless you think it's funny to like kick the head off a fucking midget, give a big boot to a fucking midget, and then fucking throw him 15 feet in the air. I can't remember if he went yeah on the way down, but either way, he deserved it. I know, you probably think I'm a shitty person, but I'll see you at the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed everything. Bye.